Friday, hey, welcome to this Friday, the 9th of August. We finished out the first full week of August, and it's been a roller coaster of a ride. Yesterday was a great day. We'll talk about that and more in just a few minutes when we hit the radio. Before we do that, though, let's not forget that in this world we live in, there are so many things that are out of our control. However, you can take control of your portfolio by knowing the amount of risk you have and making sure that that risk lines up with what it should be based on your current circumstances, how close you are to retirement, those type of things. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement analysis. With that, we got the radio show coming up here in just a second.
7 Light FM playing all your live favorites. There's Leona Lewis and Bleeding Love. Doug Reese in for Morning Dave here on your Friday morning. It's 8:38 now. And that time of the morning, we check in with Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services, find out what's going on with the market. Now, we had a really good day yesterday. Phillip, is that going to carry on today?
Doug, I wish I could say it would, but right now it is not looking like there's going to be a follow-through today, unfortunately. It would have been nice to end the week on a positive note.
Yeah.
Let's kind of recap yesterday. It was, I think they said, the best day since 2022 that they've had on the market. And the Dow up 1.75%, that's $683, closed at 39,446. The S&P 500 up 2.3%, 119, almost $120, closed at $5,319, and the Nasdaq killing it, up almost 2.87%. That's $464, and closed at $16,660. So it was a good day on Wall Street yesterday. And like I said, I just don't see it following through, at least not right now, when it comes to closing out the week. I wanted to look at, there's really no economic news coming out today, but I wanted to look at the calendar for next week, because next week's calendar is looking pretty important to me right now. On Tuesday, we have the PPI, Producer Price Index, comes out on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we have the Consumer Price Index, the CPI. And then on Thursday, we have U.S. retail sales and import prices. All these things are important as we look at what's happening with inflation. Is inflation slowing down? Are we slowing down the growth? These are things that the Fed looks at to determine whether or not they're ready to lower interest rates. And then on Friday, we have housing starts and housing permits. So it's going to be a big week next week when it comes to economic news, and that could possibly drive the markets as we go into the second week of August. Now, reporting overnight, we had some companies report, and there's some household names. Paramount Global, the media company, they reported earnings, and they really had a good quarter. They made 54 cents a share versus 12 cents that was expected. Now, I will say they missed on revenue substantially. The other thing that they announced is they're going to lay off 15% of their U.S. workforce in a big cost-cutting plan. I guess they're getting ready. I didn't realize this, but they're getting ready to merge in with a company called Skydance Media. And so that's got Paramount Global up almost 5.2% this morning before we start trading. On the other side, though, we've got Expedia. And Expedia came out. They did have a good quarter. They beat on revenue and they beat on earnings. They did say, though, that they saw a softening of travel demand in the month of July. And so the initial indication was last night when they first reported that their shares were slipping because of that. However, this morning, they've turned that around. I guess people have been able to dig deeper into the report. They're actually trading up 7.6% this morning before we start trading today. So that's still travel's doing well. The gaming company Take-Two Interactive, they also reported They earned 5 cents a share versus 2 cents that was expected. Revenue, it seems to be a theme today, missed by just a little bit, but they're still trading up like 6%. So it looks like any good news is being reflected in the stock price, except for Elf Beauty Supply. Elf, they really had a good quarter. They earned $1.10 a share versus 84 cents. Revenue even came in ahead of expectations. They had a good quarter all the way around. They did come out though and post some cautious guidance for the current quarter, and that's what's got the stock trading down this morning, almost 9% before we get going this morning. So that's guidance is a big deal. Michael Kors' parent company, Capri Holdings, they had a okay quarter. I guess you'd say they kind of missed across all the boards. They only made 4 cents a share versus 59 cents they were expected to make. And they missed on revenue. So you guys need to go out there and start buying some more Michael Kors products. They're down 4% this morning, Doug, which is not a good sign for that high end level product going forward.
I hope my wife didn't hear you about that.
She may go help them out, huh?
Yeah.
So that's about what we have on the earnings front. A couple things I know that this came out mid-afternoon yesterday that the Trump and Harris campaign have come to an agreement about some debates. The first one looks like it's going to be September 10th, hosted by ABC News, and so we'll see. Everybody be waiting on bated breath for that debate to come out and see what that looks like when it comes to the whole political situation that we're in today. I was just taking a new report came out. I was just looking to see if there's anything new in here that came out this morning. It looks like Dropbox came out this morning, and they earned 60 cents a share versus 52 cents that was expected. They did beat on revenue as well. And so that's got Dropbox trading up about 2.6% this morning. Pretty household name when it comes to platforms for people to kind of put stuff up in the cloud. So that's looks like kind of where we're at right now. As we get ready to open this morning right now, we've got a lot of red ink. Like I said, I'm not so sure we're going to follow through on yesterday's gain. I mean, it's still possible. This was an open, and so we've got the Dow right now down $63, which is about 16/100ths. The S&P 500 is down a little over 0.25%, and the Nasdaq 100 is down 0.5%. So everything's in the red across the board. We look at commodities. We got silver down a little over 0.1%. Gold's up almost 0.2%, and crude oil just keeps climbing. I wish it'd go back to where it was in the low 70s. It's up to $76.50 right now a barrel. That's up 0.4% from the close last night. And we look at the other indexes. The Asia is all in green ink except for Shanghai. Shanghai is down about 0.25%. Everything else solid green. And then we look at Europe, and Europe is kind of a mixed bag. Oh, they've got a little red, a little green across the board there. So that's kind of how it looks like we're going to start the day. And hopefully we end up in green ink and we can have a decent week to close out this first full week of August, Doug. Hey, don't forget that we also have a radio show that reports on the weekend, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730 and 95.3 FM. We've got our website at statlerfinancial.com. Join us then. And Doug, I guess we probably won't talk again for a while.
Yep, unless Dave decides to play golf again. But it's always good to talk to you, Phillip, and get an update on things. Hopefully, like you said, we can finish the week out on a positive note. And I hope you have a great weekend.
All right, man. You have a great one too. And hey, until the next time, we'll talk soon.
All right, that's Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services, and he will be back on Monday along with Morning Dave right here on Light FM. Do you
Folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that you have a great weekend. Join us again Monday, same time, same place. Until then, have a great one. Bye now.